You know what it's like. You arrive on site, the pitch isn't quite level, your twin axle caravan wheels don't line up, and your insurance insists that you have both ALKO wheel clamps fitted. You could, of course, jack the caravan up. Unfortunately, you can't use the ALKO jack because the motor mover is in the place where the ALKO jacking point was. So now, if you're lucky, you can jack it underneath the cross beam for the motor mover. If not, then you'll have to jack between the wheels. This in itself could cause problems because there's no strengthening plate on the chassis, and because of the swing axle on the ALKO chassis, the wheels move as you jack it up and down and can trap the jack. This is the ideal scenario to start a holiday. You've got a nightmare that you can't easily get over. It takes a lot of messing about, and by the time you've done it and then you've got an awning to put up, you've had enough and you need another holiday. However, don't despair. A solution is at hand from E&P Hydraulics in Holland. The system consists of two jacks fitted to the front of the rear axle, one on either side. These will jack the caravan side to side, levelling it in this direction without putting any strain or stress on the chassis. The existing corner steadies are replaced by ALKO Bigfoot steadies. These bolt on in exactly the same place as the existing ones did. This is done to the front and the rear. The front ones are repositioned slightly to fit underneath the chassis because obviously they have to clear any existing pipework or electrical cables which are already in place. Just to the rear of the back axle and bolted centrally to the floor is the control box. This consists of the pump, the hydraulic valves and the levelling sensors. To complete the installation, inside on a bulkhead is fixed the control panel. This means that you don't have to worry about flat batteries at the critical time or losing remote controls. So, having arrived on site and found that A, you're not level, and B, you've got to fit both wheel clamps, first of all, you turn on the power by pressing the on and off button. This puts on the blue light to tell you that power is on. It also shows that the front is slightly down and that the right hand side is also slightly low. For the system to operate, you must have the front slightly low. If it's not low enough, then you won't be able to automatically level. At this point, we make sure the handbrake is on and the caravan is stable, and we press the automatic button. The side jacks come down, the right hand one first, and just takes the weight of the caravan. The front jacks come down to stabilise the van. The left hand jack then comes down to put the van, or to get the van level. Levelling is then carried out side to side. And also front to back. Then the rear jacks come down to stabilise the caravan completely. A small couple of tweaks just to get it absolutely level, and the system is finished. To fit the wheel clamps, we now have to lift the wheels just clear of the ground, and we do this in manual mode. You press the manual button, the manual light comes on. You then press the button for the side that you want on the side jacks twice, and hold it until the wheels are just clear of the ground. There we are. You can now spin the wheels and fit the wheel clamps. With the wheel clamps now fitted, we lower the caravan back down to the ground again. This is done by taking it out of manual. You press the manual button once more and the light goes out, and then pressing the automatic up button. So your caravan is now secure, but once again it's not level. So we press the automatic button to level it, and this will happen in exactly the same way as it did before. The jack on the far side will come down first. And we'll jack the caravan until it's level side to side. The front jacks will then come down to stabilise the caravan and to lift it slightly. The near side jack will then come down to stabilise the caravan side to side. The front jacks will then level the caravan front to back. The side jacks have levelled it side to side, and the rear jacks now come down to completely stabilise the caravan. One, maybe two little tweaks, and you're done. As you can see, there is now a green light in the middle of the levelling indicators, and everything is now quiet. So at this point you can turn the system off by pressing the on-off button. If you forget to do that, don't worry about it. The system will time out and switch itself off after 4 minutes. And there, with very little hassle and minimum of time, you have a nice level and secure twin axle caravan. You can now carry on with the rest of your holiday without any problems. Having enjoyed your holiday, or deciding to move on to another site, we need to retract the legs. This is simplicity in itself. You press the power on and you press the automatic retract button. The rear legs retract completely. And the front legs retract completely. Then the side jacks retract. Now you turn the power off, and having removed the ALKO wheel clamps, you can now go on your way, secure in the knowledge that you can repeat this action at any time. The system is manufactured and sold by E&P Levelling Systems in Holland, and they say arrive, set up and holiday. This is a quick view of the components of the main components of the system. And the system was fitted by Stephen Howard at suffolkleisure.co.uk, based at Stonham Barns near Stonham Aspel, Stowmarket in Suffolk. Phone numbers you can see on the card. Give Stephen a ring, I'm sure he'll be very pleased to help.